Welcome to round 4 of the Wamsa National Rally Championship. We're in Ermelo and we're going to be getting real dirty out there and a bit dusty as well. It's the 40th anniversary of this rally. There's a couple of guys and girls who are looking forward to getting out there into the dirty stuff and putting on a good show for a lot of people who've come out from Ermelo to enjoy all the action with the rally teams. All this action is proudly brought to you by our associate sponsors. It is fantastic to have them on board. And leading the way with those sponsors is Ermelo Toyota, who's come on board with this event, coming to join all the associate sponsors. Pan Solutions are in the house, and we're looking forward to a great weekend's racing. The championship is pretty much still up for grabs here, and a couple of rounds still to go, but looks like there's going to be some tight fights in the front, and a couple of off-road trucks and side-by-sides coming along for the ride as well. Teams now prepping themselves and getting ready to go out there. It looks like there's going to be a little bit of dust they've got to contend with throughout the day. But needless to say, that dust is all about rallying, and rallying is all about getting dirty. So you've got to be out there and enjoy all the action. Great to see Scrapcore coming on as well. We managed to catch up with a few of their representatives as the team started to roll in. The battles between the Subarus, the BMWs and the Nissans at the front end. A couple of the Toyota Conquest looking to do well today, and looks like they're going to be in for a bit of a battle with those kind of vehicles as the off-road boys and girls come and join us this weekend. Final prep being done to a few of the cars, and documentation had to be sorted out as well. Great to see a chance for the guys to go and get all their notes and get ready to go and wait for that first light to go green. Some happy faces out there. Looks like they're looking forward to the event on the weekend and looking forward to going to battle. A couple of little side notes there by the looks of things as well. If you don't bring enough paper, just write it on your hand. Final checks as well. Remember, the zero car will be going out just to make sure that all of the stages are clear. And once that's done, we've got a little sweep car that'll make sure that everybody gets out the stage and hopefully continue. There are a couple of cars that have been around in this championship all season long, and they are definitely looking forward to going to battle again. As I said, there's a couple of off-road trucks that have come along for the ride too. Look forward to seeing what they can do up against the usual contenders. Force Princely will definitely be a man to watch out for. And that big Ford of his going to go battle with the guys from Uganda. Great to see them here too. Another big Hilux involved in the off-road truck class. It's an invitational class. They won't score points, but they're out there just to have as much fun as possible. Final check now, and the COC just doing just a final little bit of advice to all the drivers and the drivers briefing. All the notes are ready, and we're good to go racing. Great to have Ermelo Toyota on board, but it's also good to have Scrapcore here, and they use this as an opportunity to do a bit of outreach into the community. Pretty self-explanatory what their core business is. It's scrap metal. And they got a chance to meet and greet some of the people that are out there in their community and give them something a little bit special. We caught up with Michelle Haramsa from Scrapcore to find out what she's involved with and why they've joined the rally.
Good day, my name is Michelle Adamser. Here I'm working here at Scrapcore, and we are proud sponsors of the Ermelo Rally and motor racing.
Pretty much hands-on there for Michelle as well, handing out to the community. Some water and t-shirts going out to these guys, and they've come in there loads and loads to come and enjoy the free stuff being handed out. That's what happens all around the world, actually. You hand out any free stuff and everybody's going to jump in. But great to see this initiative from one of our sponsors. I'm sure a lot of these kids are going to be on the side of the roads watching the guys go to battle when the rally starts. We get to see them out there in their Scrapcore t-shirts. It's now time to start getting ready now for the special stage 1. And as I said, all the usual contenders are here. A couple of additional ones coming into play as well. It looks like we're going to be in for some fun and games out there, that is for sure. Timing's ready. The stage is good to go. And our first competitors should be rolling up to meet Bob at the official start. Ermelo Toyota will just send the 0 car through there. It's a brand new Hilux they're going to send through there, just to make sure everything's clear. And once we've got that clearance, we'll then get going for racing proper. Little on board here with the Ermelo Toyota boys and girls, just to show you what to expect on the special stage 1. Competitors are ready to go. Looks like it's going to be Johan Strauss and Henny Horn that are going to set the pace at the front end. And see whether or not they can get a clear run here. The first car into the stage. Green lights on and the Subaru pulls off nicely using that all-wheel drive system it's got. And there you can see the first bit, and actually probably taste it so much through your screens, of how much dust is going to be out there today. We're going to get dirty, and that's what it's all about in rallying. Our stage they put together here though, a couple of different little things they've thrown into the mix as well. A couple of tight corners, some big flat out sections too, as Cobus and Charisse Groenewald get going. And the BMW looking to close in and possibly take that 130i into the mix amongst all the big Subaru all-wheel drive cars. On board here and heading into a little section that runs along a little bit of a graded road, because those big sand mounds on the side you've got to be careful of as well. Don't want to hit one of those. And then just make sure that you are checking the notes, and it looks like all those additional notes on the hand, probably won't see them through the gloves there, but Charisse has definitely taken a lot of those, and they're coming into good effect right now. Flat out, this is what it's all about. 5th gear and everything she's got as Rinus Pomp makes his way onto the track for the first time with Johan Koch as his navigator. Rinus Pomp, of course, a seasoned campaigner when it comes to the works of Subaru, and certainly a man who knows what these cars are capable of doing both on and off-road. Seasoned campaigner on circuit racing. Looks like the rallying is going well too. Let's see what Johan and Susan can do now. The brains in the 350Z. Not a usual type of rally car, but something completely unique, that's for sure. And certainly a contender at the front end. It's got a great turn of pace, this machine. And coming to the end of the stage, not a bad run there from the two De Brains. Coming through to finish up in the top 10. Here are the two peers now, De Klerk and Jordan, and flying in a box-shaped Toyota. That was a seasoned campaigner in its day, there's no doubt about it. A lot of South African championships were won in box-shaped Toyotas on rally fields all around the country. Looks like this machine has still got a great turn of pace as well. Getting ahead just of Schalk van Niekerk and Rowan Sanderson, and also in an ex-national rally Conquistador there. Nice to see that Conquest doing a good job and still flying high. There are a couple of seasoned campaigners in the National Rally Championship that also took championships in very similar machinery to what this machine is. Good run there from him. Cully van der Merwe coming through now in the 105. And Maritz Brits there, his co-pilot, trying to show him the way around. Then you've got some work to be done by those two as they go through in their little Nissan Sentra. Anton Raths also stepping off a couple of circuit racing events and now into some rallying, having some fun on the dirty stuff with Louis Mengi. And here in the Golf 1, usually in a Mazda RX-2. This time out though, the Golf 1 seems to be the better option. They're still working on repairing that car after the big crash. Now let's see what Roths can do to try and get to the front end. Looking pretty tasty at the moment. Also going to finish up in the top 10. But you can see a little bit of problems there in the closing stages of that special stage 1. 404 is Ati Kluti and Isabel Roths. And Isabel now doing the navigating. Trying to close down on Dad just up the road. Toyota doing a super job here in Ermelo Toyota's back garden. Still doing a great job to maintain a decent finish up at the front end. This is going to be a difficult crew to keep an eye on as well. All the way from Uganda, Mugaru and Morgan in full flight in the Works Impreza. Good turn of pace on this car as well. Good cornering speed there too. Carrying some great corner speed through that very tricky right-hander. Now coming to the closing stages, trying to make it all the way to the end. And we're finishing up just outside the top 5 in this first special stage. Dick and Rene Palas having a good run here so far, and hopefully going to go a little bit further than stage 1. They have battled a bit, and you can see just how much they're battling there. Handling not quite right on that car and running wide through the left-hander onto a little bit of a thicker sand, and that's going to cost them big time. There's a very fast car, and definitely one to watch out for. A little Datsun GX and brother and sister team here of Unru and Joanne from the asphalt. Those two are going really well. Expect to see this thing sideways. As you can see, youngster doesn't hold back here. Might lose a little bit of time, but certainly gets on TV for one of the most spectacular cars out there. And not a bad finish as well from them. Just inside, in fact, number 10 in this special stage. That's where they're sitting at the moment. Let's see what happens now as we go on board here with the Fenters. Kenneth and Kamain Fenter pushing hard. Little Conquest is going to have to work a little bit harder than that. You can see the front wheel drive going to take a little bit of strain here. We're on board with them now in the Taz. Also a car that spent a bit of time, I think, in National Championship Rally for a while. Now into the National Rally Championship here. Great to see them pushing as hard as they can. Two ladies pushing hard here too. Andrea Raths and Caro Storm. Pushing a little bit harder and a little bit off the circuit there. That's not quite where you want to be on. And stay on the sort of tan stuff. That's the road. Kubis and Maritza Duplessis now. And they are in the Ford Laser. The Ford Laser, a very competent car on the off-road. Looks like it's going to be one of the top contenders today. Pushing up just inside that top 10 as well. Also looking for a chance now as we go on board with Stratum. Edward and Loreen Stratum. Also in a Conquest. Conquest being one of the most popular cars. So I suppose if Ermelo Toyota is your sponsor, you want to make sure that you've got a car that can keep you at the front end and maybe get a little bit of spares just down the road at Ermelo Toyota. EXE Off-Road Garage, of course, is their sponsor as they head up to the top and towards the finish part of this first stage, followed closely now by another Nissan Sentra. Peter Polisa and Brandon Ferns. Car going hard. Right on their tail is Michael Milner and Petrus Buerta. Milner and Buerta now going to have to work to try and close things up. They're not quite in that top 10 just yet, but looking for a chance to finish up at the end of the stage. There's a man we're going to watch out for all day long. Great to have Horst Princely here. Johan Rousseau has stepped up into the navigator's chair, which is normal navigator actually doing the rally today, so didn't have that ability. Doesn't stop him at all, by the looks of it. That Ford Ranger, absolutely hauling through here. No worries at all for them. This is a car that'll probably set one of the quickest times of the stage, and we'll have to keep an eye and see if it's able to run with the similar kind of times that we saw from Strauss and Horn, and from the Groenewold's, and from Renus Plomp. Definitely on the big stage where there's open ground, this will be a car that won't be affected by any of the undulations out there. Bernard and Manette Johnston in the Toyota Hilux. A single cab. Still going well. This is a very good sounding car. Must be running, I think, by the sounds of things, that Lexus V8 in it. A great run there on their first one. This is the Can-Am Maverick, and we're on board now with Peter Walter and Sean de Villiers. This little Can-Am is going to be a very little nimble car on the tighter stuff, but on the open stuff might take a bit of strain. Don't have quite the same amount of horsepower as the bigger trucks and the bigger rally cars, but certainly fantastic to have them here and as part of this event. Still not holding back though, giving everything that this Bombardier can do, and followed closely now by Reino Kutzer and Marcus Pretorius. Black Ops, and they're in the black of it, that's for sure. The Call of Duty car now starting to push and close things down on the side by side. Good run here from the Toyota Hilux. Three of them out there and pushing hard to be at the front end. Johan and Ruan Lloyd, and already looks like they might be getting into a bit of trouble there with the COC, cutting corners and taking slightly shorter versions of the route, and then slightly longer ones as well. Also being powered there by Lexus V8. Oh, listen to that. Love it when they light it up and get everything she's got. And now trying to close things down. Maybe lost a little bit of time there on a few of the corners, but now coming through the flying finish and hopefully get to stop just in time to complete the first stage. So not a bad first stage there. Special stage 1 all be sorted out. Join us after the break for special stage 2.